Today I'm sharing with you our recipe for pulled pork for family get-togethers. This is what we cook for Thanksgiving, for holidays, get-togethers, whatever it is. You try this recipe, you'll find out it's simple, it's easy, absolutely delicious. So let's get to prepping so we get to cooking. Because this thing you want to try. So what I have here is a 10-pound Smithfield Boston butt. A couple things to note: when I'm looking for a Boston butt, I'm going to find one for me to cook at home. We're doing kind of a Carolina style barbecue for this, for the holidays. But what I'm looking for, doesn't matter if competition or home, the first thing I'm looking for is this right here. We call this money muscle. The reason for this wins money. And what I'm looking for with this is a tall one. It's got like a lot of girth to it this way and a decent length to it, about 5.5 inches. That's what I'm really looking for a Boston butt that I might bring to a competition. When I'm cooking at home, I'm gonna do the same thing because there's a lot of flavor to this. I really enjoy it. The other thing I'm looking for is a bone. I do not want boneless Boston butts. I want to have the bone in. Reason for that is at the butcher's, when they separate it, now I go to cook it, I have basically 3 individual pieces of meat. They're not cooked evenly. With the bone in, I'm gonna have an even cook throughout the process. So we got this right here. This is a nice one, about 10 pounds. Let's open it up. So a little trick, we got to use the cutting boards all the time. Really enjoy the cutting boards. Another thing is, see how it slides? Get you a hefty paper towel, Bounty, a really nice paper towel, not cheap ones. Now it don't slide. Makes life easier. So I come right here across this money muscle where that fat line's out, and I'm gonna do it just like this. That's all I'm doing. Kind of just exposing it out. See that sinew and stuff? See, I'm starting to expose the roast right here. That's what I'm looking for. I want to expose that roast, that my flavor get down to that roast, not the sinew. The other thing I do is cut thin and win. This ain't no race. You ain't got to be in no hurry to trim a Boston butt fast. And everybody that says you do, God bless them. But I am not in a fast race to trim Boston butt or a brisket or anything, because I want to get the most I can get out of this piece of meat I spent money on. Now, if I was doing this for a competition, and I was going to actually kind of competition, I'd probably come in here and roll this money muscle out. Carve it here so I can get flavor all the way around it, because I'd be kind of cooking medallions and cutting medallions. But I'm not doing that today, because that's not my goal with this. This is basically for a family get together. This is what I would do at home. But I'm still going through the same trimming process, even if I'm cooking at home. I'm not wasting a lot of meat. Everything I'm going to trim off this Boston butt is something that you don't want to eat anyhow. This is sinew and fat and stuff like that. So all I'm doing is exposing the meat so that my rubs and flavors can get down into this piece of meat. Now on the back side of this one, and we don't get the butts like we used to get with a big fat cap on them anymore. Most of the time they had the fat, they call this a third cut. They got most of the third of this taken off and used for other stuff. So you used to get a lot of fat cap, really heavy, thick fat cap, and you get that from local butchers. But a commodity meat we buy don't normally have that fat cap. So this has got enough on here. I'm fine with this. If it had a big one on there, you could score it, do different stuff with it. But this is just kind of what they call a third cut fat cap. But underneath this is going to be the bacon. So if it had a full fat cap, all that bacon would be the little pieces of meat in between the fat cap, fat pieces, and it would kind of give good flavor to it. But we'll leave this alone today. This is what we're looking for. This is, like I said, I'm cooking this for a family function for the holidays for us, Carolina style. So see, it's not I wasted that much. Sinew, fat, we ain't wasting nothing to really speak of. Now we'll talk about injections. So here's the deal. You don't have to inject. This piece of meat's gonna get the flavor from the rubs down in there. And today we're using the Heath Riles sweet rub and competition barbecue rub. It's gonna get flavor to it. However, that's 3.5 inches thick. That rub is not gonna penetrate 3.5 inches thick into this. So we need to get flavor down to the middle of this Boston butt. If you ever taste Boston butt and you shred it and you're like, man, it had flavor on the outside but don't on the inside, that's the reason for this. A way to get around that is shred it, add rub to it after fat, and keep mixing it. You can kind of do that, do it that way. But if you want to get the flavor down inside that meat, I suggest injecting it. And to do that, I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup using Heath Riles pork injection. And now I'm gonna add chicken stock. I know it's crazy, but it adds flavor to it. So use this, check it out, do about 16 ounces. You know the protein shakers y'all got at home that y'all bought? Works great for this. So one of the other things we do is we teach classes doing barbecue corporate team building events. We do it all over the country. If you're interested in that, let me know. Drop us an email, leave a comment down below. One of the things that we was asking that question in the class was they have an issue with pooling. When they do chicken mainly, all the injection is in one spot. How to prevent that? The simple answer to that question is move your injector around to even it out. The other part of it, get your injector like this, like Tractor Supply. It's a 5 cc's. That way you're not putting a bunch of it in one spot. You can kind of keep moving around just like this. I'm gonna focus on my money muscle. I'm gonna kind of go here at the angle at the bottom. and move it in about a 3/4 inch. Move up, do it again. Now I'm gonna go through a pattern with this. You see it swelling up good? All right, I'm gonna flip it over. Go on the back side. The bone's right here. I'm gonna go on this side of the bone. Little side note, don't jam in hard. If you do, you'll bend the tip of your needle. So go in there slow and easy. Now I'll take a paper towel and just kind of dry it off a little bit. So I've got this kind of flipped over right now with fat cap up. And I'm gonna season this side right now. I'm gonna cut this fat cap down in a half pan right now. But I wanna put some flavor on here now. First rub is Heath Riles competition rub on the back side of it like this. Then we'll cross top of that with sweet barbecue rub. Then I'm gonna do the edge here. First rub is Heath Riles competition rub. Then we'll cross top of that with sweet barbecue rub. The edge on this side. First rub is Heath Riles competition rub. Then we'll cross top of that with sweet barbecue rub. Then the horn side, bone inside. First rub is Heath Riles competition rub. Then we'll cross top of that with sweet barbecue rub. Then lastly, the moon muscle side. First rub is Heath Riles competition rub. Then we'll cross top of that with sweet barbecue rub. Then I'll do the top side. First rub is Heath Riles competition rub. Then we'll cross top of that with sweet barbecue rub. Just like this. So today we're cooking this Boston butt on a Rectech 1250. Now I'm gonna cook this so I get an internal temperature around 206 to 208. That's gonna give me the feel I'm looking for to go in like room temperature butter. That's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna cook this to feel. But to monitor that temperature, to tell me when to start checking for this, I'm gonna use this Temp Pro right here, the Temp Spike. I'm gonna put it right here in the roast meat. One note, don't hit the bone. When you're doing this, you wanna be in the meat and not touching the bone. So instead of putting it up here where the bone's at, I'm gonna get about halfway through it and kind of go in like a little bit of an angle, get in there. And there's a line on here that you can see it right here. See the black one? This is cool. You can do two things at one time. But we're just using the white one today. So make sure you get past that line in here. This tells you the ambient temperature in the smoker, also temperature of the meat. And right now it's 79, 77 degrees. She's been out a little while. Anyhow, let's go put the bad one in the smoker. Come on. Look at that thing. Doesn't it look good? Let's go on the smoker. We also got turkey on here, by the way. Look at that turkey. Put it right there. If you want to see the video we did on this turkey, check the card up here. We carry that turkey. All right, so my Boston butt's got great color on it. We're gonna wrap it up right now. Show what we got. Look at that, don't it look good? I think it looks pretty, don't it? And let's wrap it up. All right, so I'm gonna pour this out. I'm gonna put it back in with my tin foil. I'm gonna pour this out right in a second. I'm gonna cross top of it with some maple syrup. Some Heath Riles barbecue glaze, some cherry apple habanero, and the sugar and the raw. And one reason I use sugar and raw instead of brown sugar is this won't burn and turn to caramel. Got 2 pieces of tin foil. Wrap over it. Tight like that. And I always double up my tin foil. Edge is good. I'll take my probe, go right back in it. Just like that. Go back to smoke. Still a little tight. Kind of keep cooking it right now. But it's getting there, but still it's a little bit tight. All right, so we've about just there, just about see it right now, about 205. Let's check and see what it feels like. I want my temperature to tell me kind of when to start checking it. I really go by a pork, I'm gonna go by a feel. 200 there. 207, 210 there. That starts feeling like room temperature butter there. That's what I'm looking for. I want very little resistance going there. Right there in the roast, got a little bit of resistance, but we're still knocking on 203, 205. We'll pull this off. Boy, that thing smells good. Look at that. So I've opened tinfoil right now. And what I'm doing right now is basically stopping the cooking process. I want this to stop cooking. Because if it continues to cook in the tinfoil in the hot box, they get too tender. And I've hit my tenderness I'm looking for right now. So I'm gonna let this kind of open, steam out a little bit. Once it stops steaming, I'm gonna loosely wrap it back up in tinfoil and put it in my Cambro. About an hour and a half, we'll come here and we'll pull it apart. And boys and girls, it'll be delicious. See inside. Come on. Look at that thing. See inside. So my Boston butt here, we just took out the Cambro. It's been in my Cambro rest about 2 hours. We put it in there, it was about 206, give or take some. And right now it's telling me it's about temperature-wise, 174 degrees. So it's had time to calm down and quit cooking, but still maintain temperature. One of the best things about Boston butts is they want to rest. When you let them rest, it's not hurting anything. I let them kind of absorb the juices back up inside of them. I'm going to shred this Boston butt and make some awesome pulled pork. But let me show you a secret. This here will take it over the top. One reason y'all notice I cooked this entire Boston butt in a half pan. The reason for that is all this juice. So I've poured all this juice, this au jus in this oil separator. I want y'all to notice something of it. You see there on top of that, that's the fat. Underneath the bottom of it is the au jus. That's the flavor I want back in this pulled pork. The reason I do this, if I shred this apart, I can add this back to it and add more moisture to it, get really juicy pulled pork. It's something I always do. It's a good little trick to learn. Now I've got this in this pan right here. Reason for that, there's a lot of juice come out here, and I don't want to make a mess in the shop. I already done that one time today. So come here and take the bone, pour the bone out. Let's be tender. Now right in here is the money muscle we were talking about earlier. I'm gonna try and take that, pour that a little separate, and it pulls out just like that. This right here is where I would slice it and make medallions out of it. That'd be the money muscle. We take that and turn it in competition. The rest of this, I'm gonna kind of just separate apart and try and pull it. But what I want to do is go through here right now. Just want to separate the meat from the fat. This stuff you don't want to eat anyhow. You don't want to serve that to your friends and family. I'll kind of sit here to the side, work my way around. This here's a step that makes your Boston butts, your pulled pork, carry it to a whole nother level. This is truthfully, I'm not joking about that. This is a very important step. Because now when you start getting your meat, you're tasting meat. You're not getting a glob of fat in there, and some people get turned off of that. You remember me talking to you earlier about in between the fat, on the fat cap, is that bacon. You can see it right here. Take my hands and pull it back very gentle. This right here is what they call bacon. This right here is some of the stuff we turn for competition barbecue pulled pork. That bacon meat, that thing right here is always juicy. And seasoned the way we've done it, it's gonna have a lot of flavor to that. I'm gonna set it to the side with the money muscles over there. So now I'm gonna take this and shred it. I want y'all to notice something though. By cooking this to the tender as I cooked it, see how easy it's falling apart? Even the roast, look at the roast, it's just kind of shredding apart like that. So when I say I'm cooking to a temperature, what I'm actually doing is cooking to a temperature to start paying attention to the meat. I want the meat to tell me what I need to do. That's when I take that ThermoPro and start probing into it. I want it to feel like room temperature butter. No, very little resistance, just go in there smooth and easy. That's gonna give me a very good pulled pork. It's gonna always be juicy and tender. Also, the temperature you're cooking at, higher temperature, it's gonna be a higher point where it's gonna get tender. So something to keep in mind. See even that white meat there? Look at that, just shredded apart there. Looks good, don't it? So we got shredded. As you see, I just put some au jus back into it. It gets more moisture into it. Now it's time to taste it. To start with, I'm gonna get this piece of bacon we talked about. Look at that. Pull apart perfect. Cheers. Man, it's hard to beat pulled pork. Now I'll get a piece of money muscle. Just like that. Piece of the bark on it. Cheers. Oh my God. Y'all, this is Carolina style barbecue. This is what we cook for family get-togethers, and it's absolutely delicious. Dadgummit. That's good. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Y'all, give this recipe a try. As you've seen, it's a simple recipe. When you follow this process, you follow these steps, you'll find out, just like we do, this is one we can do all the time because it's absolutely delicious. Everybody loves it, and we keep making it. We do a lot of competition and stuff like this, but we cooking at home, this is what we're going with. Do us a favor, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what's your favorite rub and your favorite recipe for your favorite pulled pork. I'd love to hear about that. And try this recipe and make sure you tag us on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. All that being stated, appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna go say the blessed and go eat. But first, let's see what Dolly and Lucy thinks. Come on, girls. Dolly, Lucy. Here. Come on, Lucy. Lucy liked it. Come on. Come on, Dolly. Dolly liked it and Lucy liked it. If they like it, I know you'll fall in love with it. Now say the blessing. Lord, bless food by the seed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Y'all, this recipe is absolutely delicious. Make sure you give it a try and let us know. But time to eat supper. See you next time.